Hey, what is happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. Today I want to get into a pair of kicks that I have really been looking forward to. I was able to get exclusive access on this pair on the Sneakers app. It's one of my favorite colorways on one of my favorite silhouettes, so this one's definitely up there in my book. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Jordan 1 Reimagined in the royal blue colorway. I actually have these in mids and I've worn them a good bit, but seriously, this is one of the best Jordan 1 colorways of all time in my opinion, so I was really pumped about these, but let's get into them. Alright, so just like I think this colorway looks great on the shoes, I think it looks equally good on this box. I might end up referring to these as the Hyper Royal Jordan 1s. I think through the years they've cycled whether they call them Hyper Royal or just Royal Blue, and I don't know, it seems like Hyper Royal just has a better ring to it, but I've always felt like this Royal Blue or Hyper Royal Blue just really glows up against a black background. Actually, recently I got those Tina J Air Force Ones, and probably my favorite look with those, and also with like the clot fragment dunk lows, is just the way the blue really jumps off up against that black background. I just think there's something about that that just scratches that itch for me. I should actually look for a picture. My son and I both had these Hyper Royal Jordan 1 mids, and we wore them a lot. At the same time, he was probably 1 or 2 whenever he had that pair, and obviously being a little kid, his feet grow at a crazy rate. Mine still fit, but he's grown out of his, but we used to rock them together all the time, and I loved wearing that OG colorway with my little one. But anyhow, we've got this glossy royal blue Nike branding up against the flat black background, and it's a standard Jordan 1 Nike box aside from the fact that the color is different. I always say it, but I love it when they give us boxes that match the shoes. The tag reads Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG. The colors are black, royal blue, and white. I grabbed a size 10 in these. In Jordan 1 highs, I can wear a size 10 or a 10.5. They don't really bug my feet the way silhouettes like 4s do. And enough of the box and just blabbing. Check these out. Somebody told me that there was a lot of QC issues with these. I haven't seen people complaining about that. I wouldn't doubt it, because we all know that the Jordan brand can be pretty spotty with their quality control. However, this pair I haven't seen any issues with, whether it's the shape or the upper having glue or stitching imperfections or anything like that. I haven't seen any issues with this pair. These came out phenomenal, and this is a shoe that is without a doubt double up worthy to me. I don't have the OG leather Hyper Royal Jordan 1 highs. All I have is these mids, and I think these mids look good enough to be rocking them all the time. So if I can get a royal blue Jordan 1 high, I'm definitely going to take advantage of that, and I'm going to rock these a good bit. I'm also a fan of fuzzy suede and that sort of thing, so I can understand people wanting the OG. I would definitely prefer to have these in just like a nice leather upper instead of the nubuck and the suede. However, I get what the Jordan brand is doing, giving us these OGs in, you know, different presentations, different styles, and I like it. I'm a fan of it. I can say without hesitation, this pair sits way higher than what the patent breads does, in my book at least. I just think these are way more wearable for me, but again, like I said, I'm a huge fan of suede, and this colorway is probably my second favorite Jordan 1 high colorway of all time. First being the Chicago's, but I think in second place, it's probably the Hyper Royals, and then just behind that is probably the Shadow Jordan 1s. But before I forget to mention, they did come with flat black laces laced in the bottom eyelets here, but they also gave us a royal blue pair that's also that flat style lace as well. Looking at the outsole, we just have a royal blue Jordan 1 tread pattern. Pivot point in the front, Nike branding at the midfoot. Same tread pattern that we see on all Jordan 1s. Really nothing worth noting there, but I love that color. Then as we come up to the midsole, we've got a bright white midsole with bright white stitching, and it really just pops with all these rich colors on the upper. I think it just looks really nice. It kind of adds like a freshness to them or whatever, but I think it looks really good having the bright white midsole along with this really dark upper. Then as we get to the upper, my favorite material on here is without a doubt this black nubuck. It really surprised me how good it was, and quality wise, I forget what they called those Jordan 1 lows. Maybe just the cement Jordan 1 lows or something, but basically it was all the elephant print like you see on Jordan 3s and that sort of thing. For all the overlays, it just had that elephant print, but then the base of it was just a black nubuck. They came out this year. They didn't really go over big or anything, but they had really nice black nubuck for the base, and it was really nice and dark in color, and that's what this reminds me of. It feels great. You can tell it's a genuine material. It doesn't feel super synthetic, and you actually get some back and forth motion. But on this, we have that nice nubuck for the mud guard, going up the eye stays. Then you can see it on the side panels and also up around the collar. But I really can't speak highly enough of the quality of that black material. And along with that, the shape of this toe area reminds me of my 85 varsity reds that I just got. Like the way it's just such a perfect curve, and then when you're looking down on them, the way that you can see the black coming up over that blue toe box, I just think they really nailed the shape of these. And I was a little bit worried because sometimes when you get shoes that are nothing but suede and nubuck for the upper, sometimes they don't have the structure, like the integrity that just all leather shoes have. But this toe box looks phenomenal to me, so I really think the Jordan brand did a great job with that. Along with that black nubuck, we also have some blue suede, and it's like a short-haired fuzzy suede. It doesn't have the soft feeling that we get for this black nubuck, but it's not that it feels bad or anything. It just has more of a stiff feeling. It might be because of the dye that they used, because the colors really do pop. That's another thing that I was worried about. I was afraid that maybe they'd be ashy looking the way that suede can be sometimes, and maybe over time they'll get like that. However, for the time being, these colors really pop, even though it's a suede upper. So I think the Jordan brand just did a really good job picking these materials, and just with the overall execution of this, I think they look great. They really do remind me of an 85 cut along with the toe box because of this wings logo, because that is kind of raised up the way that they do on 85 cuts instead of just pressed in like they do for more recent Jordan 1 highs. But back to this blue suede, we have it on the toe box, we have it for the swooshes, we have it at the base of the heel, and then we have it up here, of course, where we see that wings logo as well, up by the collar. I've heard a lot of people saying that this reimagined Royal isn't it. Like a lot of people are just saying, those ain't it, those ain't it. And that's fine. But to me, this is a really fire pair of kicks, and I will be trying to grab my double up. Hopefully my finish line gets them and I'm able to use some coupons the day of drop or something. But I think these things look great. Another thing that I didn't even touch on is they have that hourglass shape that I love so much. So just everything about the shape of these and the execution of these, even the materials used, I think they're great. I think it's a really dope pair. I'm actually recording this on the day that the Cherry 12s dropped, and it looks like initially they didn't sell out, so it has me wondering if these will sell out. If you would have asked me earlier in the year, I would have said, oh, without a doubt they'll sell out. I just wonder if these will sit for any amount of time. Let me know what you all think. To me, this is a must cop. And I don't say that shoes are a must cop that often, but for me, this shoe in this colorway, even though it's got suede and nubuck instead of the classic leather, it's still a must cop in my book. But anyhow, that's just me. For the tongue, we just have a standard Jordan 1 tongue. It's black and it feels just like all other Jordan 1 tongues. It's got black piping and then a black tag at the top with some of that royal blue Nike Air branding. And then our sock liner is also black, and our insole is black as well, but it's got some royal blue Nike Air branding down on that. But that was a pretty quick look at these reimagined Royal Jordan 1 highs. They get a 9 out of 10 in my book. The only way that they would have got a 10 out of 10 is if they had leather instead of the suede and nubuck. However, that being said, I think this nubuck is really great quality, and I'm definitely pumped to have these in the collection. It is a shoe that's double up worthy to me just because I like the colorway so much. Maybe I'll get a double up and rock a pair, keep a pair on ice, and then if they do release an all leather pair somewhere down the road and I still have a pair on ice, I would just swap out that pair to ensure that I got the all leather pair. But anyhow, let me know what you think about all these. I gotta hurry up and get the lawnmower out. I gotta pick these leaves up. It is insane how often I have to run my lawnmower just to make sure that all these leaves stay picked up. I guess it's a small price to pay for the prettiness of all these trees around here. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I appreciate you all watching so much. Let me know what you think about these, if you think Jordan Brand missed the mark, or if you think this is a pair worth picking up. I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.